Hello everyone, we are back. Alright, so we just had an attack on Lakeland and the Crystarium. It seems we've driven them back, for the time being at least. The wounded have been collected and are undergoing treatment now. Once they've been moved, or they're ready to be moved, we'll have them carried back to the Crystarium. The dead as well, of course. Those whose bodies remain, anyway. Word from on high. The others are helping to treat the wounded. I'm planning to assist in moving them, but even so, we simply don't have enough hands. I'm sure you are fit to fall over after what we've been through. Gods know I am. But if you could see to a few of the patients, it would be an enormous help. Captain Lena is about somewhere, so you might also consider asking her if there are any other outstanding areas of need. We'll talk later. Not the dead. Dying guard. Yeah, no. Dying guard, I'm assisting him. With tear-filled eyes, the prone man gazes up at you. His fingers twitch as if to reach you, but he lacks the strength to raise out his hand. Oh, he did assist him in dying. Okay. Just a moment longer. This guy died over sales tax. It's true. How very fitting. Thank you. But it's too late. One of them, it got me. If I turn, please kill me. I beg you. I didn't know we can go in this building. Hey, Shanrick, get out there and fucking help, you piece of shit. This guy here is just hanging out in the corner. Good job, dude. Don't touch me, I killed her. I killed her. She was one of them, I know, but The senators are just physical representations of the HST. What sales tax? Where you're from, you don't have that? I don't know about that.
Oh, I did not see you there. Is there something you need?
You can say, no, I'm fine, how are you feeling? Or, shouldn't you be resting? What would the guard do without their captain?
Appoint another. A captain's place is with her soldiers in the field. Don't pretend you're not of the same mind. You fought well today. Saved a great many lives. Thank you. Unfortunately, this war is far from over. We must replenish our ranks and shore up our defenses before they attack again. Now, if you will excuse me. I am fine. Completely and utterly fine. Better than fine. Hale and hearty and still alive to mourn those who are not. Who I failed to protect when they needed me most. We've come so far, so goddamn far. I could have sworn the end was in sight, and now... Now they will never see it.
Impudent worms of the Crystarium! tragedy that has befallen you is of your own making. Divine retribution for your defiance. The heavens have bequeathed to you a benevolent savior, me. I offer you freedom from pain and suffering, a paradise where man and sin-eater might live in peace and harmony. Why, already, our winged brothers and sisters regard me and mine as kin, alike to them in beauty and purity. But you not only reject my prophet hand, but raise your own against my sin-eaters. It is only right that they respond in kind. Let this be a lesson to all those who would walk the path of sin. The wicked shall not inherit this world!
And naturally, people are going to listen to him because they're afraid of PMF. Small favors. Vathri's ship is already gone. How flattering that he came all this way just to give his little speech. I apologize for my earlier outburst, but I should share that I have no intentions of allowing any of my wounds to affect the performance of my duties. Especially not now. If I may, could I ask that you seek out Thancred and Minfillia for me? They endangered themselves on my behalf, and I would feel better knowing that they are well looked after. Thancred in particular sustained quite an injury from that Sin-Eater. I would not be surprised if he were in Spagirix still. Please, give them my thanks. Jeremy, realistically though, you go to bed one night and you wake up in bed with Vathri. The next day, what do you do? Hey there, Thancred. What's going on, dude? You're here for me? I'm sorry to put you to the trouble. I'm fine, really. The Eater landed an unfortunately solid blow, but the healers here have done wonders. I'm more than worried about Minfillia. I'm more worried about Minfillia. She's not taking it well. Could I ask you to speak with her? My attempts to reach out seem to have had the opposite effect. She's gone off to the Hortorium, ostensibly to fetch her herbs for Casimir. But just talk to her, will you? Down there. You shit in his pants? Alright. What are you doing, Minfillia? Oh, she's just looking in the water. Minfillia appears to be lost in thought. Perhaps a gentle poke. Poke, poke. Oh, Mira, what are you doing here? Thancred. It's my fault, you know. I jumped at the chance to help Lena, but I was careless and now it's my fault. You can make up for it by being there for him. Then you'll be wanting to get those herbs for the healers. Oh, what have I done? I promised I'd be right back, and yet here I am. I know that I need to be better. I'm only allowed to be a part of this because I'm Minfillia, and I need to be more like her. All I do is make mistakes, put others in danger. Oh, but you're right. I can still help, if only seeing those herbs safely to Casimir. There are only 2 left on the list, but I need to ask about this one. I've looked high and low and I can't seem to find it anywhere. Would you mind collecting the other? I hate to delay any longer than I already have. You're looking for something with soft leaves that's very fragrant in an unmistakably medicinal way, I was told. We only need 2 sprigs or so. Once you get them, you can bring them directly to Casimir. Whoever gets there first can explain to that the other will be back shortly. Thank you. I appreciate the help. I'm good. Somehow I got roped into her chore. You scare her and she falls into the water. That's a trope I'd like to see used less. This plant has soft leaves and strongly medicinal. Okay. That's a trope I'd like to see a lot less, is characters who obviously are not at fault just being like, oh, it's all my fault. Like, she didn't do anything that would have caused any of that situation to be on her, and yet. Anyway. Somehow I got roped into Minfillia's job like 3/4 of the story of Around My Born. Yes. Yes, indeed. Oh, fuck. Hang on, I gotta get a picture of this for me. Mira. She's got the duck like between her back legs. Minfillia told me that you would be bringing the rest. Elven Dill, a potent medicinal herb that very much smells like the part, so named for its pointed leaves. What? Okay, sure. Marvelous. With this, I can replenish our stores of medicines. We're struggling to keep up with the number of wounded that are being brought in. I wasn't on the field, but it doesn't matter. The patients' faces make plain that it was a horrible battle. And we're still fighting it, I suppose, though with bitter medicine rather than sharp steel. But we'll win, I promise you that. It seems that I owe you an apology for dragging yet another battlefield when you've just come from off the front lines. In both cases, I'm sure your efforts saved more than a few, with Spagirix in good working order. The Crystarium will be well cared for. I didn't think that Civil War sucked. More lie ahead, of course. Battles only you can fight. Not that we intend to let you do it alone, but that's a matter to discuss with the Exarch. There were parts of it that I didn't like, but... You know the Exarch? We do. Was there something you needed? I need you to tell him something. For me. My dearest friend, you see. He was there on the battlefield with me. But only the one of us is here to speak of it. At the end, before the wound killed him, I heard his dying words. I never knew that our world was this beautiful, he told me. I'm so glad that I had got to see the night sky. I don't know how the Exarch feels about what happened out there. I don't know if what Vothby said is true. If our losses were just our just deserts, and we doom ourselves or to worse by continuing to fight this fight. But I believe in the Warrior of Darkness. In the Crystal Exarch, I don't think what they've done is wrong. And I don't think we're wrong to fight with them neither. My friend, he smiled in the end, just as he smiled when he raised his glass to celebrate the return of the night. That's how I want to remember him. So, I want to tell the Exarch, don't give up. Don't give in. Please. We'll tell him. You have my word. Jeremy, do you want to sleep with the Crystal Exarch? Hey, Billy, what are you doing? If I were stronger, how many people would still be alive? 4? If you're ready, why not go ahead to the Ocular? You can keep the Exarch company while I fetch Alphino. Don't worry, I mean to borrow the swiftest Amaro I can find. so we shouldn't keep you long. You should have passed on that message, eh? You said you would pass it on. Why do I have to pass it on? Yet another task that is left to me. Sacks of shit. Let's sprint up the stairs. I don't know what Crystal Meth Santa Claus is, but you know what? Sure, it'd probably be a wild ride. My guess is Crystal Meth Santa Claus is probably the one from Weird Al's Santa Went Crazy. Welcome, my friend. Tales of your heroism on the battlefield precede you, though I confess I found them more gladdening than surprising. I hear no few of our people have you to thank for plucking them from the jaws of death. Would that they had not needed saving to begin with, but the responsibility for that lies with me. One of our soldiers said that. Thank you. Rest assured that I fully intend to continue our work. I will not shrink from what must be done. Not now least of all. Though I mourn the loss, I will not lose myself to grief, and even should regret be my constant companion, I will follow the path I have chosen to its end. It's William. We have some time before the others arrive, if you'd like to talk, as will I. Yeah, sure. And if I were to confess any doubts I might harbor, no one need ever know? No, I believe you have enough burdens without my adding to them. Nevertheless, thank you. It's William. It's always William. It's always been William. It's been William and Vector.
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
Sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
As I was saying, it was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished. If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Vorthri may call it divine retribution, but Sin Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a Light Warden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
That these minions of light answer to a higher power. He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthri.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
I take it your meeting in Yulmore did not end well.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects. There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Light Warden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Ahm Areng?
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Aam Areng. From what the Maud told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser sin-eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a sin-eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison. To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Minfillia. If we travel to Ahm Areng, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Don't.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do! I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation. But it all makes sense now. The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be? Love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Ahm Areng we go.
I'll meet you at the gates.
Thancred hates having his shit called out. If I'd only been able to look at Calusia's light one, I might not have come to this. I can't imagine what Thancred must be feeling to behave this way. To say he's changed since coming here would be an understatement. He may as well be a different person. He reminds me of father. He argued with us for months about our plan to go to Eorzea, but in the end, he accepted our decision. I do hope he's doing well. She looks like an adult to you? He's like... I don't see it. These two aren't adults either. Alphino and Alice are also children. They're like 16. Minfillia demonstrated an impressive resolve just now. It seems that she understands what must be done, but I do wonder if she truly prepared to make the choice. Should she falter, it will fall to Thancred to guide her, however much he wishes it otherwise. Though Thancred hath long known whither this path doth lead, his journey hath brought him no closer to acceptance. Will you never grow tired of shuffling your feet? If you have something to ask me, ask. Tell me about Zodiark. As I told you before, Zodiark is the creation of my people, the first people. We summoned him, as your kind might summon a primal, albeit an infinitely more powerful one. And like one of your primals, he tempered us. It was only natural, there is no resisting such power. And so we Ascians came to exist solely to bring about the rule of darkness, his darkness. Of course, some would call us evil for it, but they would be fools. Though, that is only to be expected given their innate ability to conceive of the nature of the universe. But I believe I am repeating myself. Do you not trust me to speak honestly? Do you hope to catch me in a lie? Really, I have no need of deception, and even if I did, I assure you, you would find it quite indistinguishable from the truth. I'm sorry to be so insistent, but I know this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. You guys, the two guys could have kissed? Absolutely. I would have loved to see Amat and Thancred kiss. Especially since Laha Brea took over Thancred's body before, so he's already had an Ascian inside of him. I know I just teleported like 50 feet, but, you know, it is what it is. Why is it always like 9 PM in the game right now? Like every time I look at the clock in game, it's always 9 PM. Sorry for the wait. I'm ready now. Are you sure that you want to do this? Completely sure? Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that I don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger than enough to face my destiny. I want to believe that I can play a part in saving this world. I hope you can find it in yourself to believe in it too. When you put it that way, how could we not? It's your decision to make. Be sure that you are prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? We'll follow your lead. What route would you have us take? About that, there's something I neglected to mention. I saw a Umorian airship coming into land over Aam Areng while I was on my way back to the Crystarium. No doubt the same vessel that bore Bothri's forces to Raktika. Meaning we can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region? Right, now, Aam Areng lies to the southern reaches of Aam Areng. There are two routes we can go to get there. The eastern route, which would lead us past Mordsuk, and the other is the western route, which would require us to pass through the Hills of Amber. Minfillia and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, that's the more well-trodden path. It also makes for easier traversal of the Naboth Severance. But we can't use it. If we did, we'd need to cross the Severance from a point nearby the inn at Journey's Head. If the Umorians caught wind of our approach, it could very well bring them into contact with the inn and its patients, and we can be sure that their activities would not meet with Bothri's approval. It will make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safer to take the western route, which brings me to my proposition. While you make for the Hills of Amber in the west, I will draw the Amorians' attention elsewhere, to an area in the east that I know to be uninhabited. That way, you'll have a chance of reaching Aam Areng unopposed, and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny that it sounds like a sound plan, but nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make your tasks at least somewhat safer, will they not? I will accompany you as well. It will afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. And if I go with the others, I'm likely to say something Thancred will regret. Shitting on Thancred. Well then, we'll leave the work of distracting Vathri's forces to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it's best that we follow the road from the bridges. We'll move faster with a solid path under our feet. We'll borrow a few Amaro for our own journey. I'll leave the rest to you, Minfillia. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. Pack you PMet. Pack you PMet. Alright, let's go to Lakeland. Alright, so we're gonna head down to the bridges. We'll make our way to Aam Areng before we're done for today. At least, presumably. How do you guys feel about this giant bridge here? Exactly. Jeremy, if you went to bed one night and woke up and Vathri was in your bed, but so was your Stola, would you be upset? Would that we had already, we all had thy surety of purpose. We need to move quickly. The longer the others need to keep the Ilmorans busy, the more likely they are to be caught. There you are. The gate leading to Aam Areng is just up ahead. In all the time I've been there, I've never ventured into the Hills of Amber. Not that I've particularly intimidated by new lands at this point, but we have more than enough reason to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Minfillia for me, would you? No. You're fully capable. Alright, let's barrel towards this gate. Who shall walk among us upon our return, I wonder? Aam Areng is just beyond the gate. We need only speak to the sentry. I'm ready. Let's go. Off so soon, Mr. Francis. You barely had time to recover from the battle. This guy's name is Hardis. Well, if you're certain, I'm hardly in a position to question you. Would you be upset if I replaced your shampoo before you ran out, giving you the illusion that you have never ran out of shampoo? No. Mira might be, though. Right, Mira?
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garrick lie the Hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
I like the music in this song. Though Mistress Alice's logic was, I fear the road less traveled hath other perils in store for us. A village so near, how convenient. This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who can say what lies ahead? But whatever else this road may be, it is mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of the time I spent upon it for granted. Alright, we're gonna get a hat. This is item level 409. Where did that go in my inventory? somewhere around here. Alright. Okay, so this is what that hat looks like. You know, it's not that bad. We'll wear it for a bit. I'm not sure I like the big fuzzy bits around the side of it, but whatever. We'll make do. Alright. Free trade. I take it you're seeing what I'm seeing. Finding a village when we're hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes. But you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what to expect from the road ahead. Well, I can tell you what they don't expect. Alright, we'll make our way over to Garrick, but that's gonna be it, I think. 474 yalms to the south. This will be a good endpoint, I think. Look, it's Zunzun. Alright, guys. So, that said, up off our mount here. Alright guys, so YouTube, thank you very much for viewing. I hope you guys enjoyed.